Greetings, everybody. Radaman here with episode 22 of Sea Ice Survivors. So, overwhelmingly, in the last 12 hours or so, all the comments have been pouring in, and it looks like support for ads is definitely positive. So, I'm going to look more into monetization just so I know what I'm getting into. But I thank you all for your overwhelming support, for sure. Alright, so now to the advice. As you can see, things look a little bit different up here. Enlon White and Austin Clark, in mentioning about the chat interaction bubbles, said that this is another unintrusive, nice mod to have, which is, at really quick glance, you can see the mood levels of your pawns. So I know I don't usually install mods, but once again, this doesn't do anything. But I think the way I described it was bringing data that is in a submenu to the forefront. So, for instance, you can see what their needs are in a submenu, but this brings this data in front, which is kind of nice. Wow. The mood here is really low, considering 8 without a table is the only infraction I incurred. Alright, now to other things. Built to Serve says, store your chem fuel more safely. You're damn right I should. For now, let's see. I think, ho-hum. I can put the chem fuel up here, I guess. If it takes out a little corner of the base, so be it. Or I could even put it outside. Yeah, why not do that? It's not going to be exactly... Oh, it will deteriorate, though. Yeah, let's put the chem fuel here. Okay. Preferred for manufactured chem fuel. Alright. Some other tips. Eddie says... Well, Eddie was giving me some tips about how many shells it takes to take down a ship to 50% or so. It varies a bit, but obviously I'm going to need more shells than I currently have. So, with that in mind, high explosive shells is going to be another thing on the menu. Obviously, this requires a lot of steel and chem fuel, but I should definitely have the shells I need, right? You know, there's no point in having a mortar without enough shells. And then in that regard, I think I'm going to set up a second mortar. Right there. And we'll have 2 mortars going. I think 2 is enough. 3 or 4 might be overkill, but 2's fine. I do have 2 good shooters, so that works out well. The other people are not good shooters. Alright. What else? So, there is currently a bug with the uranium slug turrets that rearming requires... Normally when you rearm a turret, you go with a big stack of materials, and then you have leftover materials afterwards. There was a current bug reported that was alerted to me by one of you guys that said that there is no leftovers. Like, you bring a whole stack of uranium, and then you use it all up. Which is to say, there is basically a bug that causes you to waste uranium when you rearm slug turrets. I would prefer not to test this personally, and just rely on the fact that they're probably telling the truth, and I should be careful about that. Johan said to put Doc back on doctoring. So let's go ahead and do that. We took him off of doctoring. What else? Yeah, and then Jeremy Plank also gave me some more mortar advice as well. Carry more shells, etc. So I definitely have 2 mortars now. 2 beautiful steel mortars. We're gonna disallow incendiaries and EMPs and just go straight with the high explosives. And then this will copy settings and paste settings. One of you asked, I forget who, but you asked if shelves prevent the deterioration of items, and they do. Yep, items stored in this will not deteriorate even if outside. Wunderbar, right? Alright, so, getting back to business. Looks like we are mining. It is 2nd of summer, so this is a very good time to mine as much as we can. Serra is managing the crafting. Now, one thing I really wanted to do this episode, I guess it's up to Kuro. I guess I will watch Kuro, see what he's up to. Is I'd like to start the ship, which is a big deal, right? So that means let me think this through. I'm going to I'm going to have home run to here and see how he pads. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to concrete up his path. So why fight the AI? Alright. Because I want them to be able to reach the back here quickly. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put the ship back here. But to be able to make progress on it quickly, I think spending a little bit of steel on a pathway will be very beneficial, rather than walking on thick snow and ice, which definitely will slow us down. Okay, we still have some chunks out there. Definitely some bodies. As you can see, they move about much more quickly. We need to make sure our pawns don't have mental breaks, though. That is utmost importance. I did also promise that I would maybe think about getting a woolly pet. Alright, you're happy enough, Serra. You get to skip happy time. Alright, now the big thing here is that I don't have all the ship parts, but basically, like, I can do a basic layout. This is not, I'm not actually going to start building anything. This is just the basic layout. So we're going to have, you know, the core, the sensor cluster, some caskets. Yeah, I'm just trying to figure out what kind of space we need. It's not going to be that expensive. I'm just going to wall up a little section here. Because as we have this door out here, that becomes an attack point until we have a wall surrounding it. So Ms. Serra and Mr. Holm, because they're super happy in their marital bliss, I'm sending them out to work on that. And of course Holmes stupid and doesn't use the rapid path. What can you do? Alright, another thing I said I would want to do is to go to the known threat to get the refugee here. Just as something to do. I think the stash wouldn't be a terrible idea, but given that it has sleeping mechanoids, I don't really have the gear to fight that yet. I plan on it. I plan on making marine armor and helmet. In fact, I can queue that up now. I just don't have the uranium and plasteel to spare for that right now. In fact, let's just suspend that. Hopefully we get visited by a trading ship to be able to purchase some of that stuff, because obviously we have a lot of goods to be able to sell. So that's the hope. Alright, we're going to go ahead and have a remove roof area here. Alright, Condor. Just finished mining. Before these start to deteriorate any further, let's go haul them in. There we go. And then they'll start mining better stuff. Should also probably close that front door. In fact, I'll close these doors too. Alright, another thing I'm going to do is I don't really care about filth accumulating on this path. So I'm going to take it out of home zone, just so I don't clean it. Obviously, if there's a fire, I can add it to the home zone. But I don't exactly want to keep cleaning up filth out there. No, don't woo me. Sarah did not respond. Yeah, that's right. Scumbag. Alright, Mr. Holm, I'm going to borrow you a moment. Might take slightly longer than a moment. It's a lot of rice and cloth. Oh, we have a transpo crash. Guillermo. Undergrounder. Doesn't do skill labor, and he likes drugs. Gear. He's pretty close to the base. Home. Let's go give Guillermo the good old hello, the way we do best. Hello, Guillermo. Are you? Actually, you are a refugee. It's a little late. You're already naked to rescue you. I wouldn't mind trying to get my reputation up with my neighbors. But, you know. If it's not possible, it's not possible. Holmes already out here, so I decided to just have him tidy up the snow sheet, the ice sheet a little bit. Condor is doing something he loves. Curo's just smelting. Means the wall's done, and it is. He's going for a lovely walk. Trying to keep this mood up. Having fine meals would certainly help. Alright, let's see if we can't tangle with some huskies. There might be more stuff that I want to do before I do that, though. I'm not quite sure. I definitely want to get another charge lance up and going before I go mess with huskies. One big thing about huskies is they don't back down. You know, they let's get some chem fuel. They just keep attacking. Unlike humanoids that will flee. So it's not like I can knock out 2 or 3 of them and then have the rest run. It's just not how they work. I don't know what this looks like now. Something pretty strange. And we'll let them crank out a little bit of chem fuel. I don't want too much. Just a little bit will do. Alright, this can be the last stack. Alright, let's micromanage him a little bit. So this is kind of at the edge of the ice sheet. And I don't think it takes too long for me to load stuff up. A bulk goods trader. That is very fantastic news. Alright, so we'll center that. Holm, would you do the honors? You are our warden, after all. Alright, we're done with this. The rest of these can go to meals. Now, I do continually get asked why I move my trade beacon. So the long answer is, or the short answer is, and let me explain this while I'm paused, because I'll be trading in just a moment. Once upon a time, raiders would target your beacon for pod drops, and they would attack you at your beacon. They'd pod in, and that's where they would end up. And maybe that's not true for 1.0 anymore. I just know it used to be true. But if you moved your beacon to your kill box, when they pod in, instead of ending up in your stockpile, they end up in your kill box. That might not be the way the game works, but I moved the beacon anyway. So there you have it. The reason. Alright, so what we got here? We have some... let's see. Lots of clothing. I should look for... Okay, so they are selling limestone blocks. I'll buy a few just so I don't forget. And they don't have anything else that's useful. They have hyperweave, which would be great if I had hot weather, not cold. Because I am running low on wool. I am very aware of that. Alright, so that's poor. I think I'm going to keep this. This is normal. Sell the cloth parkas. Wool, camel hair, goodbye. Oh no, I have a lot of wool. Okay, I can sell these off. Sell 2 of those. Alright, the wool parka I'm definitely keeping. Mega Sloth wool parka. Is the Muffalo wool? 118. Oh, Muffalo wool's really good too. I'll keep the Muffalo wool one as well. Just because we're having some wear and tear in our current parkas, and pretty soon I foresee needing more parkas, but I just don't have the resources yet. All right, and then let's see. We have limestone. I can buy 300 of those blocks, maybe even more. But the thing is, I really need plasteel. I'm gonna buy 200 plasteel. Plasteel is unbelievably expensive, but we're starting the ship, and without plasteel, our ship progress is going to be drastically hampered. I should also probably buy gold. I don't know how much gold. How much gold does a ship take? RimWorld. Let's see. 105. That is the answer. So I have 44, right? So I need 61 gold, hypothetically. So let's buy 61 gold. I don't know if that quick Google answer is correct, but let's just assume it is. Alright, and then the remainder of my... Oh, they only have 202 plasteel to sell me anyway, so that answers my question there. Regular components I'm not going to worry about. We can always make them out of steel. I could buy more limestone blocks. Or more wood. How much wood do we have? We have 158 wood, so I'm going to buy 200 wood and 400 blocks. No, I might not even need that much. I might just keep the silver. I'll do 200 blocks and keep the silver. Just for the sort of rainy day, I might need it sometime in the future. Oh, you know what, actually? Because I make advanced components, I'm going to buy more advanced components. Or I'm going to buy more gold. Because we're going to go through a lot of our gold in that way. Oh, they only have 22 to sell me. I'll buy all 22. And then what I'm going to do is, let's see. Copy settings. I'm going to call this ship gold. And make this critical importance. Is this critical too? Alright, we'll make that just regularly important. I want to set aside all the gold we need for the ship. Locked away. I'll just leave it like that. So we can't touch it. And then we have this gold for advanced components. If I'm right about the numbers. If I'm wrong about the numbers, then oh well. I don't have it all researched right now, and I don't have an encyclopedic memory. So, I could be wrong. Alright, so that's a bunch of limestone blocks. And this will allow us to... Wanderer joins. Really? Alright, Giggles. Are you any good? No, you're really not good. You're really, really not good. But, you have stuff I can sell. Alright, go stand outside. I feel bad about how bad you are as a human. Alright, so he dropped synthread pants, crappy t-shirt, parka, and a toque. That's about it. 250 silver. Although slavery wasn't technically against the rules, it kind of goes against the rules, so I'm not gonna sell pawns. Are you really only hauling 27 of that? Okay, well, you know, whatever. You do you, Mr. Condor. Giggles died. Alright. Because I don't want to have to deal with the whole, oh, colonist unburied. Let's just go and bury him the way we do. Bandit Camp Quest. Ooh, Res Serum. I like Res Serum. Alright, so I did promise to deal with those dogs, right? I have not forgotten. Okay. I think I need to take 2 people. What, is it Condor who's the good shooter? Yeah. Although I really want to do the mining, too. I don't know. It's tricky, right? Alright, we can not worry about that for a minute. Alright, let's do a little bit more mining, and then we can worry about that refugee quest. Oh, you already finished all that silver? Haul it home, buddy. Now we're getting through a lot of the weapons that we have stockpiled. Oh, yeah, look at that. Let's do a quick little inventory. So we have steel out here, which is 1 trip. Let's go get that, actually. Caravan, Serra. I think it's the right time on season and all that to sort of sort out all this stuff. Alright, so we'll load this in. Another incapacitated refugee. Man-hunting red foxes nearby. See, the thing is, I really need meat, and my dudes would love some fine meals, and there's all these animals guarding incapacitated refugees, so that sounds like a win-win-win. Plus, I like shooting things, so, you know, there's that too. Dirty cooking area. Well, that's just a bullshit. It's, Oop, I don't want beauty. I want stats. It's not dirty. Must be an old meal. Who got sick? It was home. That's a real bummer. Oh, crap. I kind of forgot that she was caravanning. That's a big derp for me. Let's go ahead and at least haul a chunk while we're out here. Alright, so Home also doesn't have a gun. I must have dropped it. He's also very sick with food poisoning, made evident by the puking and the very slow movement. Alright, so RimWorld Assault Rifle. I think does more DPS than the Charge Rifle. Yeah, it does, significantly. I think I'm going to go and do this mission with the Assault Rifle with Kuro and... or Condor and Serra using their Assault Rifles. I think that's the right call there. Maybe buff a little mood first. Just to make sure I don't have any mental problems out there. Alright, if we're still having to look at stupid dead bodies, let's go fix that. And someone else just got sick from food poisoning. Oh, Serra did. Alright, so obviously we'll go after she's recovered. Condor, I think I'm going to take you off of mining for a minute. He's having a bit of mental instability, let's just call it, because that sounds nice. And I think keeping him in the base will be helpful. Got a little bit of chatting done. Sarah's having trouble getting the food down. Oh, she's having real trouble. Food poisoning's nasty stuff. She's just spent like 2 hours trying to eat. She should be over it soon. And then to Jade the Surgeon we go. So yeah, Condor, now that he's not having to do long travel mining, is already in better spirits. Dark carpet, alright. This should be blue anyway, so let's go ahead and remove the floor here. As I promised to do that anyway. Unfortunately, we can't move a fab bench. Ideally, I'd like the fab bench to be in its own workshop, but that's a bit of a pipe dream at the moment. Ooh la la, berries. Very berry. Alright, home. Go clean up after your wife, will ya? And then do some berry collection. That's too bad it wasn't meat, though. Free calories or free calories? Alright, so she should be... Yep, she's recovering. She should be over the food poisoning pretty soon. They're all taking their medicine. She's botching a lot because of her poor manipulation, but oh well, it's just rice. Not the end of the world there. Alright, dark carpet. How much? We have some cloth left. We'll just keep carpeting up everything. Alright, so she's all set. I'm going to let her finish the charge lance, though. Obviously, I'm going to have them switch weapons back, but for now, the best weapons will be the 2 charge lances. And then tomorrow we'll head out and do some rescue. As you can see, because there's not a lot of stuff to do in the base, I have set up just regular old haul for stuff, which will help with the flow. I won't always caravan everything. Unsightly environment. Guess there isn't a lot of beauty around. I thought this room was more beautiful than that. Yeah, it's not that ugly. Persona core. Ooh, we definitely want that. But 6 enemies? That's a little steep. Alright, so 2 excellent charge rifles. That's great. Alright, so let's have her put on a flak vest. Have Condor put on a flak vest once he's up. Let's go ahead and make another bedroll. Kind of out of cloth. Make a bedroll out of camel hair. Why not? A little weird, but it'll work. Alright, I'm going to let Condor get a little happy. Okay, this looks good enough. Let's go ahead and Condor Serra with... I'm not going to need 3 days of food, but doesn't hurt to have backups. Have them gather supplies, which means I really ought to have had a packing spot. Oh, I didn't even bring the sleeping pads. Oh well. I made them and then left them. I'm curious. Rest effectiveness 108. Yeah, it would let us rest faster. Exotic goods. Nice. And I left the trade beacon there, so that will work out. Alright, polar bears for sale. That's a little weird, but I'm not going to take up on that. I'm going to sell some of the launchers. And then I'm going to buy 50 gold and 50 plasteel. Maybe 100 plasteel. And 75 gold. I want more gold, more plasteel than gold, so 150. Almost can afford that. What can make that offer possible? I could sell Wake Up, but I don't really want to do that. I want to keep some of the rocket launchers. Man, I really need to be producing art, clearly. If I'm going to afford the plasteel I need. But yeah, that trade will work. And this stockpile is obviously growing quickly. How are we doing over here? Almost there. Alright. J. Jogger, Slothful, Trickle Happy. Pausing, okay. Meteorite is south of the base. Alright, how fast does a healthy one run? 5-0 versus my 6-1. I'm going to try spreading out the damage so I can kite. Condor is not that fast. He's a 4-8. Because if I want to be able to not get eaten here, I'm going to need to start kiting. I can have Condor just exit the map. And pop back on the other side, apparently. That'll work. And Serra can outrun these guys. Some of them are already fatally bleeding. And then I'll just run them to Condor. Shoot them up a bit more. It's just the healthiest one is in the front now. Alright, we have a transport pod crash. Don't know what it is yet. This is silver. Cool. Get mining on that pronto. But I have things to look after over here. Oh, another thing. Do I have anyone that does animals? That came out wrong. Do I have anyone that likes to train animals? 149. Kuro. Alright, Kuro is our animal whisperer. If any of these come out rescuable, that is. Alright, so they're all sort of dead set chasing the quick one. No, that's not true. One of these guys just diverted. Obviously, this is not so much about saving Jay as it is maybe getting a pet dog. Although I don't really need a dog. It's about getting meat. Dog meat. The first Antarctic explorers got to the Antarctic first because they ate dog and they fed dog to dog. If you like dogs, don't Google that. I didn't lie to you, but don't Google that. It's depressing. Alright, so we have 2 dogs down. Alright, and because I can't carry that much dog meat with me, I'm going to try to rescue these guys so that I can caravan with them. Condor, do you do doctoring at all? Not really. You have a passion for it, but you suck at it. Alright. Mega Sloth Wool Parka, though. So there's that. How soon are you to die? Oh, you're not even going to die. So, screw you. Nicely. So if I was to reform Caravan, I could not even carry one dead husky with me. Alright, so actually, time to be a little evil here. Sorry, huskies. Sorry, all you animal lovers. I don't even like what I'm having to do here, but, you know, it's zero waste policy. I saved them, and then I killed them. Condor, we're going to go Strip J. Because it looks like a tribal, actually. Oh, no, just a space refugee with a tribal haircut. Alright, as much as you want sleep, I want to get out of here. Should have brought some wake up. Alright, is that all 5? I'm assuming it is. Let's reform. Look at that. I'm leaving with quite a lot of meat. And I'll even start the ship. Oh, that one got tattered. Alright, so we have the reactor, and now just the drive. So, ship reactor, that's a big ticket item there. Guess we'll do, let's see. Sensors in front make sense. Core. Reactor. That all makes sense to me. This doesn't have to be a big ship, unlike my Noah's Ark playthrough. That ship was huge. I also don't really feel like feeding this all the uranium I have. But we have a mineable uranium, so maybe I will. This is not nearly as expensive as I expected. Alright, so manhunting pack of red foxes. I could take that. What's this cost? Resurrector serum, 5 out enemies. Yeah, if I bring sniper rifles, that might be doable. AI persona core. Yeah, I gotta do that. And I'm gonna send Serra alone to do that, because she's a badass. Alright, I can turn this baby off. We're done smelting all the weapons and like. Alright, the bad shooters will get good sniper rifles. Condor's in a bad mood. Alright, so we just had... Come on, get rid of that break risk. Trying to work on his mood now. You get to sleep in a warm bed tonight. Shouldn't that be enough? Alright, I'm gonna keep my uranium intact for now. No, you know what? I keep going back and forth. I'll use it. Alright, so we have a lot of this lovely meat. I'm going to suspend the simple meals and start to crank out fine meals. Which means the stockpile needs to have some more meat storage. Now this isn't the most efficient layout, but whatever. I don't care. What I might benefit from is a light. Oh, it's technically dark in there. That's funny. Well, at least we can move around. Let me reinstall this here. Let's send this back. Probably doesn't matter, but just for safety's sake, in case it does. Alright, so we have quite a lot of the start of the ship kind of already set up, which is nice. Serra, how about you give cooking up? Give it up to another pawn. Because we need the advanced components. So let's see. We have 4 gold, 70 gold. The trouble is we used the wrong gold for the wrong projects. So I'm just going to be careful about my gold consumption here. Alright, so we have a structural beam coming up, because we made one advanced component. Ta-da! The start of the ship is born. 1, 2, 1, 2. Seems about right. Maybe I'll even put them up front. Is it snowing out? No, I thought it was. It's my imagination. Snow would help. It is really bloody. Alright, we also want to make Psychite tea. Do this forever as well. Because we have a lot of psychoid leaves, and the whole reason for having that was the tea. I really like the venometric powered backup. It's kind of nice to know that I don't have to periodically turn on my switch to make sure the backup batteries get powered. I don't know. It's a little thing, right? But I like it. Let's get rid of the black vests that I don't need to be wearing. we are getting through this mountain of meat pretty quick, if I do say so myself. Alright, Captain Condor, let's have you mine again. Your mood is in the right place for right now. And I'll expand my food stockpile. Alright, so he's going to dig at the local silver ore. That makes sense. Home zone, right? I need to expand that. Maybe build a roof out here. Crazy thought, right? Crazy, crazy thought. And we're slowly cranking out the advanced components we need. Now, the thing is, I don't dare start this ship up without power armor, or marine armor, as it is now called. So a lot of these resources are just being dumped into the ship, more or less in preparation for, so that I don't use up the resources that I need later on, is, I think, the easiest way to put it. Nice. I'm getting my Psychite tea now. Building my entirely arbitrary roof that I don't necessarily need, because I do things like that, and no one can stop me. Oh yeah. That auto pistol obviously can get smelted. So yeah, I will have some steel left over, but not nearly as much as you'd think, right? I've gotten through a lot of it. I can reclaim some of it by replacing things with blocks, but I did eat up quite a considerable amount. Plasteel, advanced component. I don't want to eat up any more of the plasteel that we have. So I'm going to hold off on marine armor until we can buy some more plas. We can also mine it, of course, as that is an option up here. It might be worth getting Condor to start mining it soon. His bio, let's see. He's got mining 6. It's about to be 7. Alright, and that is a whole lot of Psychite tea. In fact, it's a lot of Psychite tea and a lot of different stacks. Why? I don't know. But now we have 1 stack of it. Well, guys, I'm coming to the close of this episode. It has not been that eventful, other than the fact that I really started to get the ship plans done. So I guess that's exciting, although it wasn't action-packed like last episode. It will be soon, I think. If I look at my history, my wealth has gone dramatically up in the last 50 days or so. Yeah. Pretty dramatically up. This is when my pawns were... This jump right here, where is it? Is when my pawns left for a bit. You can see how much value the pawns have as just pawns themselves. But yeah, so like I was saying, this is about the close of this episode. I once again appreciate all the feedback. Overwhelmingly, you guys have been unbelievably supportive. Honestly, I shouldn't be surprised, but in this day and age of gamers, I don't know. I play a lot of multiplayer games, and there's a lot of toxic people out there, and you guys are certainly not them, or at least I hope you aren't. You haven't been toxic to me, so I appreciate that. If you have any feedback for me, questions, concerns, comments, suggestions, whatever it might be, you can hit me up on the channel. I just wanted to mention that when you make an initial comment, I get alerted from it, and it goes into like a community feed, and I can see it more easily. If you're responding to something that I said, and I don't respond back to you, and you expect another response, create a new comment for it, because chances are I overlooked it because it doesn't get flagged in the same way. I know that's a little strange, but it's just the way YouTube works. And then also, I'll have to do a little bit of research into the monetization thing. But I do have big plans for the next series as well. So I'll be in the upcoming episodes be announcing some of that as well. Providing I either succeed or fail, I guess doesn't really matter which. You'll be hearing about the next series regardless. All right, well, I guess I should tune out now because I've exceeded my blabbering end here. And if you're trying this for yourself, I'm still looking forward to reading those stories that are coming through the feed. And I wish you the best of luck. Adios.